Hey, Pisces, welcome to your December reading. So, before we get into your cards, I've got a message for you from Spirit, which is you want to use your internal compass and value that over the external or the sort of social compass. Now, when I say whenever you get the opportunity to make a choice or a decision in the month of December, that you want to go by that internal compass as opposed to that external one, you would think, well, yeah, isn't that what most people are doing? We're all making decisions based on our internal compass. No. The world would look, I think, quite different if most of us were able to even perceive and hear and see that compass, which I wager a lot of us are not able to, and we're not even aware of it. And that's why a lot of us go through life, and then at the end of it, we're like, well, what the hell was that? Or, well, gee, I wish I'd spent that a whole different way. When we have that experience, it's because we haven't been hearing or seeing or going by our compass our whole life. So I hear, do what it takes. Four of Swords, High Priestess, do what it takes to get intimately acquainted with that compass. And for some of you, that may be moving a few things out of the way, certain habits or certain substances or things like that. That's like, I'm really not getting a lot of clarity right now and I need more clarity. That's just what I'm hearing. And the other thing that I'm hearing is, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got to let it show. I'm coming. Forgive me, but that's literally what Spirit started singing in my ear when I was shuffling your cards. And that's why they're saying you got to go by your internal compass. I'm coming out. I'm coming out as a high priestess. I'm coming out as the sun. I'm coming out as the queen of wands or swords or whatever. Like, this is me. And, you know, a lot of life is about becoming lucid inside the dream that is this. We think that we have to like do things in a certain order or in a certain way because that is the way that it is shown to us. But the truth is that we have the ultimate and wonderful like privilege and luxury and freedom to make different decisions if we want to. We can be on one path and then go, you know what? Actually, I feel nothing. I feel nothing about this career path. And it's scary as hell. And going by the outer, the social, the external compass, I'm probably making a really stupid decision, right? To let go of this seemingly Ten of Pentacles secure or sure situation and go back to school or try a side hustle or whatever. But if you go by that external compass, you might end up on that deathbed like, what the hell was that? It's over? Wait, I just got here. So, starting today, starting now, how could you make the bold and daring decisions that feel true to you? Keep that in mind. All right. We're starting off real deep, but let's pull some cards, Pisces, shall we? Let's get into the story of December. Spirit, we want to know anything relevant from Pisces' past as it pertains to their present and their unfolding future. In the month of December, Spirit, we want to know what is showing up within Pisces and around them, and what do you want them to know or do about it, Spirit? We want to know your guidance, your perspective. We want to know what is the climate showing up for Pisces people this month, and how do you want to help them best navigate whatever shows up this month for their highest good, so that they can show up as their true selves and therefore meet the opportunities that suit their true selves. And that's what Spirit is saying, and I really love that they're putting it that way. It's like, that's the benefit of going by your internal compass, that even if nobody fucking else understands, that you stumble upon the right people and places and events and opportunities because you are actually, you know, walking to the beat of your own drum, as they say. Haven't seen your cards, but what Spirit is showing me as they say that is like the Fool, where it's like, yeah, to everybody else that person looks like they are strolling right off a cliff, but to you it's like, yeah, but this is how I want to do life. My life isn't up here, it's down there, so I'm going. All right, Pisces Spirit, in the month of December, thank you. Okay, I want to pull one more, Pisces. Even if the world's compass doesn't see it, Spirit, what lies on the other side of Pisces embracing the mystery? Wow. It, like, did y'all, I don't think you could see that. I think the cards were out of frame, but the card leapt out and it is she. It is the whole ass world. So I'm coming out. I promised I would stop. I'm stopping. Okay. 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 So, whew, you are coming through as the Queen of Swords, Pisces. Tell the truth. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Tell the truth, draw lines if you need to. I will not be accepting this kind of behavior anymore because actually I've discovered that it's not in alignment with me. Or I won't be able to fulfill my obligations on this because actually I find that that is not true for me or whatever. Like, tell the truth, make it very clear. Clarity is important because there is potential for confusion, for miscommunication, or misunderstanding here. So when in doubt, put it in writing, be as explicit as possible. And the Queen of Swords is unique in that she is, I mean, she is a brilliant communicator, okay? And a truly brilliant communicator knows that it's not just about what I am transmitting, it is about how it is being received. So consider your audience and make it clear for your audience what's really going on. Whoever your audience is, sometimes your audience might be your partner or your family or whatever. Consider the audience and deliver the message in as clean and clear a way as you can for them, and make sure that they have room to ask questions to get their own clarity, okay? That way you can eliminate any, again, I see here potential misunderstandings or people feeling like someone is withholding information or whatever. Okay, let's get into it. So, sitting in the past, Nine of Wands. And as I said, we want to look for what in the past is still touching or informing the present. And the present is Five of Pentacles. So I see many of you working quite hard. Nine of Wands, feeling very determined. I see a lot of determination in that Nine of Wands. Like, damn, I'm really going for it, and I'm really kind of putting myself through it. And I want to encourage you that you do not need to handle this all by yourself. There's several cards for kind of like a stoic vibe here. And the Queen of Swords herself is one of those kind of stoic vibes. Nine of Wands and Five of Pentacles both are cards of like working very hard and feeling on the edge of, if not in the midst of, exhaustion. And they're also both cards of kind of feeling like you are either alone in what you're doing or at least extremely like overburdened or overwhelmed. So maybe you are the only one who is handling something, or maybe you feel like the people around you are not necessarily pulling their weight. And if you happen to be one of those Pisces, and Pisces, great time to remind you, these are general readings, okay? So I'm hearing a few different things, a few different scenarios, because this is for a few different Pisces. So if any of you, again, are feeling like I'm becoming overwhelmed and overburdened because other people are not pulling their weight, then that needs to be a very clear-cut conversation with like, these are my expectations or my needs, or I need to ask you a few things, and for you to please be very honest with me, and really making sure that people feel the true openness of the lines of communication. The Five of Pentacles would tell me that there's a potential of you either feeling closed off or purposefully closing yourself off from other people. Five of Pentacles speaks of taking a non-traditional path. So that could be how this is showing up for some of you, where it's like, I can only do this thing on my own because this is my thing, which if that is you, then understood. And even if other people are not, doing any work for you or things like that, you can still make it clear what certain boundaries or needs that you have to your people that support you in your thing. So maybe you're doing a side hustle that is all you and only you can do the labor and all of that. But you can ask your partner or your family member or your friends to please know that at this time on these days you're not going to be available. So to please, like, understand and work around that boundary or whatever. And that makes it clear to certain people, I have this priority and therefore I will handle whatever it is you need at this other time. That's a way that you can get support, even if it's not people directly helping you or assisting you, okay? Five of Pentacles also speaks of going without. So going without support or going without enough money or not asking for help when you need it. So again, I encourage those of you who are like, I am feeling like I'm kind of drowning, and that there is help or resources available, but I've maybe been too prideful or too ashamed or too whatever to ask for the assistance. If you need it, please ask for it. I feel like it is available to you, not from everywhere, but from the ones that you can be honest with and who receive that well. I feel like you receive it back from them. So, looking at the future, the moon, obviously can't just leave that sitting there like, okay, yes, the mystery is unfolding, Spirit. We appreciate that. We understand that. And love to get a little bit more information about what comes from pursuing a path that is not like the sun, not totally illuminated and like, oh, it's like this. You're becoming a doctor, and that means you have to go doot, 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 doot. And that's once you've completed steps A through Z, there, you're a doctor. It's a very deliberate, laid out path. Yours is not that. Yours is a long and winding road, and sometimes with peaks and sometimes with valleys. And if you feel like at any point you're in a little bit of a valley, Spirit is like, well, that's where the water is. So that's good. Your feelings, the moon, your feelings, your memories, your unconscious beliefs and programming are up for discovery, up for discussion, up for exploration. Are you up for that? And is there anybody that you feel comfortable inviting along with you to kind of unmask? That's what I'm hearing. To unmask yourself, to acquaint yourself with different parts of yourself and accept them. This is going to be really important in the month of December. So for any of you that are, feeling that Five of Pentacles in a sense of like, woe is me, or nobody sees or hears me, or nobody ever helps me, or anything like that, I invite you to explore what constructed, what weaved together that belief in the first place, what experiences, and how can you deliberately, I'm coming out. How can you deliberately unmask and be like, hey, I know that I said that I didn't need any help with that thing, but it turns out I'm kind of drowning here, or I'm kind of just feeling a little scared or adrift, and I would really love it if you could bliggity blank. And if you are able to do that both within yourself, so like asking yourself to be more gentle with you, or asking yourself to please show up more for this thing that we want to do because I believe in it and I want it for us. And I know that we're scared, but I want it so bad. So please, the little me inside, the little 5 or 6 or 8 year old that wants to hold back and mask and not ask for help and all of those things. Wouldn't it be wonderful to get the help that we needed? And maybe you can speak to that part of yourself and to something they needed from someone in the deep past that they didn't get. Maybe a part of you, maybe you went through something when you were 5 or 8 or 10 or 12 or however many years old that you did not understand, and it really messed up or at least deeply affected the way that you perceive yourself. That is up for examination. And it may be a good time to get another person who can be a good, clear mirror for you, a loved one, a therapist, whatever, somebody who sees you clearly and who can help you sort out. The moon is, things are not what they seem, and things can seem much bigger and scarier when we're, walking around in the middle of the night and navigating by the light of the moon. Everything looks strange and nothing is what it seems. But ironically, it's only by going into the mystery and the things that we don't know and the things that we fear, right? The things that are shadowy in our mind, that we find our light, that we find completion. So for some of you, this is literally like doing shadow work. Like, okay, so I've been angry with myself for being afraid or for being greedy or for being whatever you perceive to be wrong with you. How can you forgive yourself, and not just that, but actually encourage the positive version of that? No, I'm not, greedy, but I do want to enjoy the good things in life and I want to share them with the people that I love. How could that be greedy? You know what I'm saying? And like, in what ways is it okay for me to be a little bit greedy? We're all a little bit bad. We're all a little bit lusty or a little bit greedy or a little bit attention seeking or whatever. How can you be okay with those aspects of yourself that were once upon a time shamed by people that were not you? We are going to get rid of, we're going to dismiss the shame. We're going to embrace the water, the moon, our feelings. We're going to understand them. We're going to bring them into focus. So we are not frozen, stuck thinking, oh, this is all I am and all I ever can be. Well, hello. Did we say focus and now we can't get it to focus? That's okay. You get the point. Do not hold still. Do not think that this is what you have and it's all you'll ever have. Everything is actually possible for you, Pisces, if you're willing to be yourself and show off a little bit. To take what you have and go out on the road and be unabashed and unashamed. This is my whole self. Not perfect, whole. What do you think? Let me know. It's nice to see you, Pisces. I hope this is helpful. And if I don't see you in mid-December, I hope I see you in 2025. Holy shit. Until then, bye, Pisces.